Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I want to jump right into it because I want to teach you how to not labor over the concern of having a ticking tax time bomb for retirement. And I'm going to teach you how to defuse this ticking tax time bomb this coming Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. It's a complimentary log on and learn educational webinar where boomers and retirees from around this country are learning how to eliminate unnecessary tax. I'm going to teach this Tuesday how you can use a deduction to offset the taxation of moving from IRA to Roth IRA. And this all comes from our tax team. It's not giving indirect tax advice, it's tax strategy. And many of you have reached out from all around this country, from Colorado to Illinois to North Carolina to Florida, Arizona, all over the country, saying nobody wants to address the elephant in the room as it relates to these taxes. Our tax professional tells us to see our financial planner. The financial planner says to go see the tax professional. And every time we ask about it, Chuck, even being with these people sometimes 20, 30 years, they just say, well, taxes are part of the equation or taxes are just part of this. Well, a really interesting article that came out is, is your retirement portfolio a tax bomb? And the whole idea is this is what is the biggest risk, the biggest retirement trap we see are super savers, strong savers, and high income earners pumping money into these IRAs and 401ks, and now you've retired or now you're about to retire. Maybe you're within 10 years of retirement or you just started to transition to retirement, or maybe you've been in retirement for 10 years. And you're having to now grapple or worry, and maybe you're already experiencing these required minimum distributions, or what I call retirement mass destruction. That's what RMD for our clients that have worked hard, saved hard, lived below their means, pretty frugal, and now they got to take income out that they couldn't even imagine they'd have to take out, and most of them don't even need the money. A lot of them don't. So now they're being forced to pay more taxes and leave less to their families. Well, this really interesting article that was out by David McClellan in Morningstar Magazine, is your retirement portfolio tax bomb? He talks about the fact as high wage earners, warning to high earners and super savers, that massive 401k or traditional IRA that you work so hard to build may become, or maybe it's already become, a big problem in retirement, resulting in huge tax bills, as well as higher Medicare surcharge taxes. And he uses a couple in their 40s that have saved $500,000. Now, whether you're in your 40s or your 80s, it doesn't matter. Listen to the impact of this. And many of you, ironically, just this last week, we had some referrals from some of our clients to their adult children that learn what I'm about to teach you. And I'm going to be teaching it at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. But here's what he shared. He said, this couple getting a $6,000 match, maximize their 401k contributions. And when they hit, age 65, their 401k accounts were worth $7.3 million. And when they hit that infamous required minimum distribution age of 72 in this forecast, their first required distribution is over $435,000, folks. By age 80, it reaches over $739,000. Now, over this time, living only assumed to age 90, they're going to give up $1.5 million of extra Medicare surcharge premiums, which is just another name for taxes. So I ran some math, and then of course there's the tax burden to their heirs too. And I ran some math. They're actually going to end up in that example leaving about $16 million to their family. Well, overall, their total tax on today's $500,000 over their lifetime at today's tax rates is $15.3 million. Now, I've shared with many of you that if maybe you're in your 60s, you're not in your 40s. Many of our clients are going to be either very close to retirement or just transitioned or have been in retirement for a while. And you're sitting there saying, what does this really mean to me? Well, take all of your IRAs, husband and wife, if you're married, total them up right now today. And if you have anywhere close to a 30-year time period in retirement, your taxes at today's tax rates will be 4 times more than what your balance is of those IRAs now. If your IRAs are $1 million, you're going to pay over $4 million in taxes. And that's at a best case scenario. Here's the good news. I'll teach you Tuesday how to use strategic Roth timing conversion and strategic Roth tax deduction offset conversion, where you can learn to be a low tax or no tax retiree. Folks, you work hard for your money. I was sharing, when I think about the clients, Don and Mary from the great state of Illinois, they were in their early 60s and they saw what this has done to their parents. And they said, look, Chuck, tax savings opportunity, mitigating taxes, strategic Roth conversions. We had no idea that these things even were out there. We heard of them, but we didn't know the best way to go about them. Let me teach you this Tuesday, retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com, and stop laboring over the concern if you're sitting on a ticking tax time bomb of your retirement. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.